Hi, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but a few of you have asked for me to take you on a short mindfulness walk. Now, I said it then and I'll say it again, that me explaining and describing a mindfulness walk is in no way as effective or beneficial as you going out there yourself and experiencing it. Also, me explaining and describing it is putting something which should be more about the experience and the senses into something as abstract and contextual as words. So it can be a little bit awkward and difficult, so to speak. But let's get cracking. So, as with many mindfulness practices, it's good to start off with that breath. So taking a nice breath in, holding it, and letting out. Noticing where you are noticing that breath. The back of the throat, tip of the nose, the chest, shoulders, tummy, wherever it is. Just taking a few moments to really tap into that. And then, as you breathe in, noticing the senses of that breath, noticing the taste, what you can smell, coolness of the air going in, and a slight warmth coming out. As you walk, noticing the feeling of the ground beneath me. I'm going down a back road, so the ground's quite solid, firm underfoot. I can feel it from the back of my heel all the way to just under the tips of my toes. Now, with some mindfulness walks, because many people have done them and probably find them on YouTube as well, some of them go really slow. Like, they take in every single step and heighten their awareness to the max. That is just walking far too slow for me. So yeah, it's just whatever feels right. And again, with the breath, I might breathe faster than you, I might breathe slower than you. Go at whatever feels comfortable. There is no right or wrong in this. Now, there are a few ways of doing this. It's finding again what feels comfortable for you and what works for you. Some people like a 5 senses kind of approach. So 5 things I can see whilst on this walk. Straight away, my eyes are drawn to the horses, and the idea is not to focus on the label of horse or horse wearing coats, but a good way is to think, okay, what drew my attention to that? And for that, the white and the fur on that brown horse's head contrasts with the very white coat on that far one, and the multicoloured jacket thing that one's wearing. But again, now that is me having to explain and describe what I'm seeing, which takes away the noticing of it. It's quite weird to explain. So that was one thing which caught my eye. Second thing is the reflection of that little pond. And again, on your walks, just play with that curiosity. Anything which captures your eye or attention, check it out. So yeah, the gentle flow, the little ripples sort of thing, The colour, grey, murky, slightly blue, but mostly grey. That's the second thing. Third thing I can see, just past some traffic there, up on the top of that hill. Noticing the movement of that. It was more the swiftness. Up there, seeing Latrig and the trees. Noticing that big old tree there. How the branches sort of emerge out like junctions on a map, or veins in an arm. So again, trying to keep the occasional notice of that breath, taking in and out. Noticing things whilst taking those nice deep breaths would be so much easier if I didn't have to explain and describe. So the next thing I see, the orange leaves there, noticing how they contrast with the bright blue sky, and when my eye catches the sky, the leaves turn very dark. And if what you're seeing, what you're sensing conjures up some idea, memory, or anything like that, notice it, accept it, and if you want, then move back to the breath, move back to what you're sensing, and taking it from there. And last thing I noticed with my sight, right, is those runners and that wild dog, to be precise. Now coming up to where, again, if something you see conjures up a memory or a thought, notice it. And what you can also do is observe that thought, just as I observed that tree. I'm coming up to a spot where I used to do, where we used to hold our indoor archery shoot, and noticing that sparked off a happy memory, a few good laughs. Some of my first indoor shooting sessions, very good memories. And then bring it back to the breath. So, done sight, next is sound. First thing I hear, which captures my ear, is that hum of the engine. Again, not labelling, just humming, noticing what that actually sounds like. I hear the rush of the stream. Actually, one sec. Stream. Again, there we go. Having to describe it puts it into need to label it. We're very much a logical thinking kind of people, with a creature that has to make sense, but that takes away from the experience. And whilst I can hear the stream down that direction, I heard some chirping again a little bit higher. Tomsy. Again, labelling. Just being aware of the noises and the sounds. I think something crashed in the far distance. I noticed in there the difference in the types of birds that are tweeting and singing and chirping, and a dog barking. Some people might like that, need that little bit of analytical mind, and you can use that in mindfulness, I guess. From that woof, I deduce that it is a medium-sized dog. Oh, and in fact, and from what I'm seeing, it might be a little bit bigger. So then go into what I can feel. Straight away my hand feels straight away my senses feel the phone, the back of this phone. I feel how the ground is now more gravelly, how certain stones are able to press more so on the bottoms of my feet. I feel the cool and slick texture of my coat. Moving on to what I can smell. Before, put some beard oil in, and I can definitely smell the sort of cedarwood and sagey sort of smell. Another thing I can smell, the leaves. I struggle to try describing the smell of that. Taste. The coffee I had before, I can definitely still taste the lingering, slightly bittery, sweet taste. Now, as I say, the 5 senses, that works for some. For others, it could be whatever grabs your attention, and again, noticing that. And straight away, what grabs my attention? The stream down there. The noise of it, the sort of noise. Sight, my eyes pick on the paint work on there. Now it's in the yellow, how the very contrasting yellow of that container. Noticing how another man-made thing just standing out in front of all this nature and very old buildings around here. Noticing the little dragon down there. Yeah, so again, that was a very brief, very wordy mindfulness walk. Again, it is in no way as effective than if you try it yourself. Just getting out there, doesn't matter the days are drawing in or it's wet, you've got coats. And it doesn't have to be out in the woods. It could be, I am 5 minutes away from home. It's just getting out there, switching off this and switching on these, and these. Again, as you stop, you can even just noticing the texture of those. Making sure you don't just stick your hand in thorns. Yeah. So, there you go. Thank you. I'll probably do some more of these. Take care. Keep well. Bye-bye.